Hello, hello, I'm live apparently. I think I'm a little bit early today, but I was raring to go. I'm here with my cuppa. Hope you've got your cuppas. I'll just do some random chit chat before we get started. Another Tuesday, week 3 today. Can't believe it's week 3 already. Losing track of days, but I think everybody is. So yes, I'm ready for a little bit of crafting with you. Thank you for your messages to say you're watching and you're looking forward to it every Tuesday. I really do look forward to it. And I'm doing a new round of coffee and cards, which I will talk about a little bit at the end. So a bit of a shout out today because Margaret has found how to get on YouTube. Husband Jim has sorted it for her. So hi to Margaret, who's been watching, but I didn't realise had been watching. And hi to Sally, Lorraine, Angela and Paula, who have taken part in this round of coffee and card. And as I say, I've got my new one starting on 12th of May, and I'll go into that in more detail soon. And I sort of got on really good today. I didn't have any problems with the screen and stuff, but I could have jinxed that now because now I need to change it round. Oh yeah, there we go. So, oopsie. There we go. Woo, thought that wasn't going to work then. So, no scone this week, no scone. Don't know if my mum's watching today. Shout out to my mum because my mum found my YouTube as well last week and asked why I called it a scone instead of a scone. I think I used to call it scone when I lived at home. I don't know, but maybe I call it scone now, I don't know. Anyway. So, we're on week 3, and this is quite an easy card today. Had to make some of them easier because I was restricted with the kits. But hey, sometimes it's just nice to make something a little bit simpler. As with all the cards, you can mix and match stuff up. You don't have to do what I've done, and I love it when people freestyle or go off-piste, as we often say in class. So this is today's make, and we're using the perfumes today. So you will need this paper, which is stripy on the back. So you're only going to literally cut out 5 perfumes. I have a sheet that I've broken into, but I can't find it, so I'm going to have to break into a new sheet. It's a brilliant thing about these papers. They are like the gift that keeps on giving because you just there's so much to use on them. And I have to say, this one just looks like my Chanel perfume that I love and I got recently for Christmas. And I've squirted a little bit on today in honour of this morning's card. Not that you can smell it, but I'm also wearing my Chanel Mademoiselle for you this morning. So you need that piece, and then you need this piece, which has got like the small images of the perfumes, and on the back it's that. Yes, you're going to have to cut into that lovely piece of paper, but never mind. And you will obviously need your week 3 coffee and card kit. Okay, so let's get ready to rumble. There's only 3 elements in this one today. Oops. You've got your card base, you've got a piece of the polka dot jewel ribbon, and you've got a scalloped rectangle. Okay, now you need your trimmer, and we are going to cut the paper. Right, and I've got a really top tip here for you. We're going to cut the paper to 10 centimetres by 14.3 centimetres. And I do have a top tip how you can get more, what's the word I'm looking for? More use from your paper. So cut the 10 centimetre one first. Don't cut the 14.3. So cut that down to 10. Yeah. And then cut that to 14.3. Okay. Because this piece now still retains its full length of paper, and you can use it on another card, say like that, and you can put a die cut, some ribbon round. If we'd cut that to 14.3 first, it would have been too short for the card. So that is a top tip for you there when you're making your card. So you've got Oh, morning, Rebecca. Morning, lovely Julie. Morning, Rebecca. So that's the top tip. So you've got a piece of paper that you can do something else with on there. So now, for those of you who stick stuff down before you've tied your ribbon, hey, no problem on this one because I've tied the ribbon round after. So just going to find my glue. I should have got my glue out. So I'm going to glue my paper down onto my card base. This colour, this paper is Blackberry Bliss, which recently won. I'm doing a World Cup of Stampin' Up World Cup of Colours on my Facebook page to find out, to see which my customers think is their best colour. So we're still on round one. I've got 32 colours, I think, or is it? Yeah, I think it's 32. Yeah. Okay, so we've got that. And then we're going to do a little bit of cutting out. So I'm actually stood up at the minute, but I'm going to make it easier, I'm going to just take 5 different perfumes. So I'm literally would cut those from there, and then you've got all those. You can make loads of cards from one sheet. Now, if you look carefully on my cutting, I do leave a little bit of white. It's called white space when I'm cutting out round the edge, and apparently that makes it more nicer to look at, more pleasing on the eye apparently. So I use our paper snips, which are really sharp scissors, and often if you watch how I'm doing the cutting, I often move the paper rather than moving the scissors. So I'm sort of manoeuvring the paper around and just keep going with the scissors. So I'll do a little bit of idle chat while I'm cutting out. So hope you're crafting along with me, and leave a comment if you can. I know some of my ladies email me straight after and they say, oh Julie, I watched you this morning, but I don't know how to do a comment, and I think you need to have a YouTube sign on, or like a Google account that's sort of linked to YouTube, to be able to leave a comment. And then you see you can subscribe to my channel as well, and if you click the bell thing, icon thing, then you get a little update when I've done a new video. Because at the moment obviously it's all about the videos and it's all about the online. And Kay is normally on watching, and she's not watching this morning, so looks like it's going to be another nice day. I'm going to be going to my walk to the... Hi Angela! Oh wow, Angela's one of my coffee and card ladies, and she said that she couldn't get on, and she's obviously on, so that's brilliant. Hi Angela, miss you. Hey, you'd have laughed. I went over to the studio. Oh, hi Paula. Went over to the studio the other week because they're opening it up for two hours a week so we can go get our post. And I nearly took a photo for my coffee and card ladies because sometimes the parking can be a little bit challenging. And there was like literally wasn't one car apart from mine in the car park. So I thought it'd be quite fun to take a picture and say, have we ever seen it like this before? It's quite sad really, actually. Yeah, my little studio. I've got my little home studio now, which is going well. I've done a month nearly. Just on my last perfume. This one looks like it could be a bit of this colour. What would the smell be like on this one? I think this would be a little bit of a rich smell, you know, like that Poison. Do you remember when Poison was really popular in the 80s or 90s? That looks like it could be like a quite deep smell. This one looks a bit like could be fresh and light. I think my mum used to wear one called Anay. I remember the bottle. It was like a white. It wasn't a see-through one. I think it was Sacherelle that made that one. And I think she also had one called, is it L'air de Temps? I can't do French. I did German at school, I'm much better at that. but I think that was Nina Ricci or something. Anyway, I like my Chanel, and I stick with my one that I like. Okay, so now you may have heard on the grapevine of my coffee and card from last time, but I have lost, which isn't good. I've lost the birthday. You remember that you're a Chanel girl too? Oh yeah, it's lovely. It's not cheap, but it does last. I've lost the birthday, which isn't good for now for this card, because it says happy birthday and then to a wonderful niece. This is why I love this set, because you can. So I'm going to use a happy birthday from my other favourite sentiment set, which is Peaceful Moments. This is in the mini catalogue and it's brilliant. So I'm going to do a happy birthday. I'm going to go off piste. I'm sure this stamp will turn up. I did have a tidy up on Sunday, massive tidy up, and I haven't found it yet. So we're using our basic grey ink pad. Now I can't see through. I'm stamping blind with this one because actually it's on. I've put no grid paper down. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a little bit wonky. And I am going to do, you probably would be best with a mat underneath when you're stamping this, but what my recommendation would be is to stamp the niece or the friend or whatever you're going to do in the bottom corner and use the corner and the little stitches as a little guide. I'm going to do friend because I think it's really handy to have some friend cards in. Okay, so I've done friend, and then I've got to a wonderful. We've also got in this one for a special, so you could have for a special friend, to a wonderful friend, and it's in a different font, and I love it. I love it. There we go. So it's not the best that I'm using a different stamp up there, but we'll just go with it. We're versatile. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick this onto my card. I don't even know how long I've been. Oh, 12 minutes so far. So next week's card is a little bit longer, and I'll show you at the end. I've got it ready to show you. I'm going to pop this, and I'm going to like leave about a centimetre there, and pop that there. And then, right, if I'm ever sticking something down that sort of needs to fit across, I actually position things on first, rather than gluing them one at a time. I sort of position them on, and I'm going to do it like that. I'm happy with that, and then I take one off one at a time and glue it. What's going to happen is then I'm going to put those over the top with a little foam pad. So this person loves their perfumes. I'm going to get some foam pads. I should really call them our proper name, which is dimensionals. Okay, I'm going to glue these ones down direct onto the card. You can have them hanging over the edge of the scallop, it doesn't matter. Love cutting out, yeah, it's quite therapeutic. Okay, so you can position them like that, and then I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals. Now this one here is quite narrow, so if you've got any mini dimensionals that we do, that's quite handy to have a mini one there. But if not, you can cut a normal one in half, or do a slither. So I'm going to pop that over there. Just a note about this card, whenever you pop dimensionals on and things, just be aware of postage, because you probably have to send with a large letter stamp. Just realised my camera's really close today. Normally I have it a little bit higher up, so I don't know if that's better for you. So there we go. Oops, ribbon, ribbon, ribbon. You see. So for this one, I've just done it in a knot. So I've given you enough ribbon to do it in a knot. I didn't want to stress people out with a bow. We did a knot last week, didn't we? Oh, we did a bow on week 1. So we're just going to do a little knot on this one. And we're going to do it near the top. Pull it quite tight. You've got plenty there. Okay. There's my little knot. And then you want to trim that down. So I've given you plenty. Like that. I'd love you to send me a picture of your makes if you can. Either text me one or send it on a WhatsApp or even an email. So there are my 2 cards. Got one for a friend and one for a niece now. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. I will show you next week. So I'm just going to have a little drink. Oh, I've got 11 viewers now. Fantastic. I don't think I've had double figures. Okay, so that is today's card. Next week, week 4, we're doing a lot of cutting. And we are going to do this one, which is a bit like a shop. It's shelves on a shop. Now, if you want to do some homework before, then that's probably advisable. And I'm going to cut some of the items out for next week because there's a lot of cutting on there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 handbags, 2 pairs of shoes and 2 purses. You do have this die cut, and there should be the colours may vary on the gem, but there should be a gem in there for you. So we're going to do this card next week, so you've got a sneak peek. And if you want to do some cutting homework, which I will do, then that is next week's card. And then I will show you the new coffee and card. I have to say, I'm absolutely blown away with the uptake on this one. It's been fabulous, and it's still open for booking. So it's £30 again for 5 weeks worth of coffee and card. I am going to post this out to you this time. You don't have to order on my store. I can fit it all in a box and walk to the post box, so that's fine. So it's going to include this ornate thanks stamp set, which is fabulous. It's the only thank you set you'll need. These big sentiments are great for embossing, and then you can mix and match. So you can say thanks ever so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for everything. And you know, you can use these on their own. You could put you're amazing on a card. That doesn't have to be a thank you card. You could put my friend on a card. So that is a really, really lovely set. It's a set of 19, and this is going to be in the new catalogue. So you won't find it in a catalogue at the minute. It's a pre-release. So you're going to get that included. You are going to get the Early Espresso ink pad, which is a lovely dark neutral. And I think that's going to be on the World Cup of Colours tomorrow. And the reason why I've chosen this colour is because it matches in with the papers you're going to get. You can change this out, and I'll go through that. You can change it for any of these because these will coordinate. Terracotta tile, mint macaron, old olive or crushed curry. Or you can actually upgrade and have extra inks for £7 each. And then you're going to get 12 sheets of 6x6 paper. And it's gold foiled, some of it. And then you'll get the card kits, which I'm just sorting out and working on now. There'll be some ribbon and things like that. So here is one of the cards that we're going to make. You'll get things like the daisy elements included, and everything will be cut like exactly like it's worked in this round. And then a sneak peek of another one that we're going to be making. So very, very different to what we've done this time, but it will work in exactly the same way. I'm going to be shipping them direct to you once I've received payment and once I've got them all ordered. So thank you for watching. Managed to last 20 minutes, non-stop chit-chat. What's new? I'd love to see the pictures of what you make. This video will upload. It does it does seem to take some time to upload for some reason. Oh, thank you, Paula. And I don't know why it seems to upload overnight. So just bear with me for that one. I will try and upload it straight away. And I'll see you next week. Looking forward to seeing you next week, and have a really great week and keep crafting and keep safe. Thank you for all your support. Thanks. Bye.